Everybody's gonna love today, gonna love today, gonna love today. Everybody's gonna love today, gonna love today. Anyway you want
What
to.
started this phenomenon?
Anyway you've got
What is it that draws people to this company that we call Apple? One reason would be Steve Jobs, who founded the company in 1976 with his partner Steve Wozniak. In 1984, they created the first Mac. As you can see, we've come a long way. It is way different than the Mac we know today. It's more similar to the 1998 version of the Mac, which was advertised as an all-in-one computer. Because unlike Microsoft, you didn't need to purchase the computer, as everything was included and made many cool computers and gadgets. But enough history. Let's move on to how these Apple products are advertised in a way that is so appealing that everyone wants it. According to David Gruber, there have been 3 phases to Apple's advertising, and it has closely matched its rival, Microsoft. How do the two compare?
Hi, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
So how's it going, PC?
Well, you know, you're always making fun of me, and I'm a little upset about that. Microsoft has great products, and you shouldn't always be putting me down.
Then prove me wrong. Let's discuss our history. See who's right.
Okay, you go first.
No, you.
No, you.
Okay, fine. When I first started my advertising in the 1980s, I focused only on the computer screen. I wanted people to get lost in my screen.
Well, one of my earliest commercials have 4 color squares and dancing to show how great and lively Windows 95 was.
Lame. Wait till you hear the one Apple had. A commercial where a Mac and a PC sat next to each other. Then out of nowhere, your instruction manuals came raining down, and my little manual fell from the sky. This was to show how easy it is to use a Mac, and how hard it is to use a PC, how much stuff you need to know.
These 2 commercials are in phase 1. So far, what we know is that there have been no human beings in these commercials. They're very simple. Another thing both companies have in common is that their early commercials, they would only use humans to play around with the other computers to show how difficult it was to use. Just within the example of the Mac and PC with the instruction manuals, Mac showed that they had only one manual, which made their computers so much more simpler to use.
So you made fun of my details instruction to prove that you were better? I resent that.
Sorry, PC. It's just business. Anyways, moving on. My next set of commercials focused on the computer's design and how it gave life to show how personal Mac is. Instead of just focusing on the screen, we made the computers dance in the commercial to show the whole thing.
Dancing computers. Weird. See, in 2001, I made quite a comical commercial. See, this boy was trying to actually unhook this girl's bra, and then a password came up, and he got denied. Such a good one.
I must say, that is kind of clever, PC. However, our commercial was a bit more simpler. We used our G4, you know, the one that could rotate and film the interacting with a man outside following his movements.
Now, instead of focusing on the machine, we are focusing on the freedom the computer can give you. Computers have life and help you with yours. Back to PC.
Okay, Mark. My final set of commercials are gonna knock you out the park. In our last one, we had Bill Gates and Jerry Seinfeld, among so many other celebrities. That's right, 2 famous people.
Is that the best you got, PC? One of Apple's latest commercial series is the one we're reenacting right now. Mac versus PC. In these commercials, you and I are the computers representing ourselves. That's why I'm always dressed young and hip, and you're dressed, well, you know how things are.
You know what? I've had enough of your insults. Goodbye. I'm a PC.
I'm a Mac.
As Max said, this 3rd phase is really giving life to the computer and showing through commercials how the computers are. I'd have to say that Mac did a better job in phase 3. The Seinfeld and Gates commercials are a tad confusing. Gruber said that Mac and Microsoft had 3 phases of advertising. The first represented the computer with little human interaction. The second phase introduced humans to show how they interact with the computers. And in the third phase, humans are the computers. Apple's 1997 advertising campaign, Think Different. It was a campaign that started when Steve Jobs returned to Apple after 12 years of being fired from the company. What was interesting about it was that it made no mention of the actual computer. Instead, it used recordings of famous people saying different things. The famous people included Albert Einstein, Bob Dylan, John Lennon, Picasso, etc. Finally, at the end of the commercial, there is an Apple logo to show that it is in fact a Mac commercial. The spokesperson of the advertising firm that created this campaign said that the ad is meant to show how Apple always wants to change the world. It was something that made them different from Microsoft, and that they have a love and showed their individuality, which is why it works so well.
As mentioned before, Apple emphasizes individuality, which is specifically displayed through their icon. A study about the Apple icon shows how Apple forces the consumer to automatically recognize this symbol as being completely different and distinct from other products. This is seen in the iPod commercial. The focus in the iPod commercial. But why is it considered popular? How does a MacBook or an iPod stand out as opposed to a PC? A case study made by Stockholm University looked at why we as a society regard Apple products as a global icon in modern society. This case looked at one of the most successful Apple products known as the iPod. The iPod, as Apple presents it, is a simple-to-use MP3 player capable of performing several functions including radio, music, camera, and video. Into educational facilities, Apple transforms classrooms into showrooms using it to advertise its products. An example of this would be their simple-to-use computers with recording capabilities built in. Another example is the iTunes University. iTunes University is a downloadable app available for free in educational institutions such as the University of Ottawa. iTunes University provides a free service for the managing and distribution of educational and informational resources that can be used through video and audio podcasts.
When advertising, the Apple products are intuitive and make everything seem and feel easy, making it that much more user-friendly. The click wheel with the first iPod and the iPod Touch today made all the other products seem insignificant. They're attractive, slick, modern, and very trendy. Even though the prices are high, they make it worth it. They know how to keep and satisfy all their consumers. We may sound like we're promoting Apple and giving them a free ad, but these are the main reasons why Apple is everywhere and so popular. We may due to their customer loyalty that they provide us with the top quality products. But these products actually cause addiction, even obsession. People want to become what Apple promises them, what the advertisement tells them they could be. But it's all about a certain look, who's the editor of London's Daily Telegraph. He said that anyone who has studied addiction will recognize two troubling features of our obsession with this technology: the replacement of people by things, which lies at the heart of all addiction, and a tendency for the phenomenon to accelerate. It is really healthy for us to fall deeper and deeper in love with communication technology that, ironically, creates ever smarter digital substitutes for face-to-face conversation. This is true. Even though the Apple products have started a huge revolution when it comes to communications, we are noticing less and less interpersonal communications, and it's becoming more difficult to interact with other people. Due to the easy access of social networking, it's becoming difficult to detach ourselves. Apple certainly didn't start this trend of isolation and lack of face-to-face communication, but they definitely are feeding this unhealthy habit, and it leaves us to wonder, are we truly becoming more open and more social, or are we just secluding ourselves to us and our Apple gadgets, who give us the impression that we've entered some kind of social circle? According to a study made by Michael Furman and his colleagues, family influences are related to how many Apple products one can possess. Apparently, students who grew up using Macintosh computers or have been exposed to Mac products will tend to stick to what they know. This comes back to the loyalty of the consumers. Students have said, since they've used this product for so long, they trust the products and they don't have any intentions of changing. Therefore, due to this study, it's proven that Mac products earn their trust and make it work generation from generation, which then proves that Mac is easy and simple to use for everyone.
You ready?
I'm ready. Let me see it.
Here she is.
Uh-oh, boy.
Apple also makes their products available, usable, and accessible to every generation and has loyal consumers of all ages. Apple have built-in tools such as text-to-speech conversion, alternative keyboards, and specialized display options into their operating systems.
Those features can also be used for those with disabilities, and they're also useful to many older individuals. In fact, for some, accessibility is what makes computer use possible in the first place, and the fact that Apple is making it so accessible for a wide range of consumers makes it that much more popular socially. There was also a survey done by a man who's currently doing his PhD, and he uses Apple as a way to draw in his participants. Firstly, if they did the survey, they would win 2 songs on iTunes. 18% responded to this survey. But when it was 4 songs, 57% of participants would do the survey. This shows the popularity of Apple and the power of iTunes and songs. It's also important to mention that Apple uses music to lure its customers, providing them with a wide variety of genres and artists. That's also one reason why people are so attracted to Apple products, such as the iPod family. In fact, there was also a survey done by a man who's currently doing his PhD, and he uses Apple as a way to draw in his participants. Firstly, if they did the survey, they would win 2 songs on iTunes. 18% responded to this survey. But when it was 4 songs, 57% of participants agreed to do the survey. This shows the popularity of Apple and the power of iTunes and songs. In conclusion, we split our analysis on Apple into 3 parts.
How they advertise in general, and really focusing on the Mac PC wars.
Secondly, how they're advertised in the world around us, in schools and through their icons.
And finally, their social aspect, how they're accessible to everyone, and they can be an addiction.
This project
Was filmed on a Mac.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hello, Barney.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Bonjour.
Hi.
How you doing there? Yellow.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Yo, yo.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.